Hey, 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 I am Anya. Hey, 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 I am Ari. Hey, 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 I am Mommy. Welcome to the third season of Cozy Womb Podcast, where we can all learn and grow into better parents, one explained experience at a time. Let's go!
Here we go.
Back to the show. I'm not going to lie. I do not know what number episode this is yet because I do not know when I will post it. All I know is it needs to be posted. My name is Mama Shan, mom of the girls. This episode is about parent mode being activated. And when I say parent mode being activated, I'm talking about once you're a parent, you're always a parent. When you're parenting, your mind is always on your child's safety, whereabouts, comfort, and needs, okay? So whether you're just middle class, whether you're poor, whether you're rich, whether you're wealthy, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're royalty, when you parent, you protect, you provide, and you prepare your child in every way imaginable. So let's say if I was a celebrity and I was out with my child, I'm always in protection mode for myself, and I'm in protection mode for my kid because they didn't ask to be famous. They didn't ask to have this, this light in their face all the time. They didn't ask to always have cameras follow them. Okay. And when celebrities go out their way to protect or ask people in the public to please do not touch my child, please do not take pictures of my child, please do not get my child on video, please do not post where you have seen my child, and people don't respect it, I do not care what happens next to that person, because all you have with people you don't know and your children is your word. All you have is your ability to protect. So if you can't do that, and your security can't do that, and your bodyguards can't do that, and corporate can't do that, and a business establishment can't do that, all you have is you and your kid. You are responsible for your kid. So do what you need to do. Like, I hate when people of the public, oh, I love this celebrity, or I love this singer, or I love this actor, or, I love this producer, or I love whoever they are. I don't care how they became famous. You do not have a right to their children. You do not have a right to see their children. You do not have a right to talk to their children. You do not have a right to touch their children. That is off limits. I share with you my work. That is it. You don't have no say-so about my children. You can have an opinion about how I parent all you want, but there's nothing that you're going to say about what I do as a parent with my children that I'm going to be like, you know what? That's a good suggestion. I'm going to do that because you're having an issue with it. No. People need to let go of that entitlement that they feel when it comes to celebrities and their children. People, teachers, principals, directors need to let go of entitlement that they feel, oh, I'm going to go ahead and make this decision for this parent. No, there are certain things that you always need to let a parent know beforehand, and there are certain things that you as an adult, as a superior, as a guide, as a authoritarian, these should be able to make. But when it comes to the welfare of a child in a certain way, there's certain things that you should never do to people's kids without asking the parent first. That could be the mom, that could be the dad, that could be the mom and mom, that could be the dad and dad, that could be the grandparents, that could be the aunties, that could be the uncles. I mean, life is different now. Anybody could be raising a child. It doesn't matter, but when there's a legal guardian, you need to let that parent know, hey, is it okay if I do this? Because you don't know what background this child is. You don't know what medical needs this child has. You don't know what might, flip this child out. You don't know nothing. You're assuming. When you see a child in public, you do not know their name. You do not know their blood type. You are assuming this child is in good standing. And some people's kids aren't. And I just wish people really had the comprehension, the common sense to understand that every parent is different. So I'm only going to speak for me. But there is a reason why parents are so ready to get at next, to put hands on people when they do certain things around their kids. There are some things that you should not do with other people's children. There are common sense things that people do that I do not understand why they don't get it, or where in their mind did they think that was okay. As a mom, I can never just chill when I have a kid, whether my kid is with me at an event or a house or in a car or on a plane. Traveling with kids is a headache for me because I'm always worried about one of them missing. I'm always worried about one of them running in the wrong direction. I'm always worried about somebody trying to scoop them up when I'm not looking. I'm always worried about, do I have this right documentation for them for this? It's frustrating. I'm always worried about, is this highway safe? Is this trip going to be safe? Is this plane going to be safe? Is this train going to be safe? I'm always worried about what they're going to touch. Listen, mom brain is 24/7. I'm not a dad, so I don't know how a dad feels, but mom brain is 24/7. Even when my child is with their dad, my mom brain is on. I'm sending a text. I'm checking in. I'm not checking in because I don't think that you're capable of what I'm capable of, but I cannot have peace in my mind unless I know for sure my child is okay wherever they're at. When they're with my mom, I'm checking in. My mom is old. My mom is 66. I'm checking in multiple times throughout the day because I know my mom will hold things in and figure out a way to do it herself without letting me know. No, you could go ahead and let me know. Just go ahead and let me know. When the girls are with my nephews, I'm checking in. When they're with my brother, I'm checking in. When they're with my friends, I'm checking in. Like, I don't know what it is not to check in. So when I see parents that'll leave their kids with friends, family, or whoever for a weekend or a week and not call, not check, not come pick them up when you say you was going to pick them up, I'm just like, yo, who are you? But that's a whole nother thing. But when it comes to friends, teachers, or family, I hate that common sense is not used when making certain decisions involving other people's kids. Like, I don't feel like there should be any coach or teacher or principal or policeman or cross guard tapping my child on their butt, touching them inappropriately, in their private areas. That could be the chest if it's a girl or a boy. That could be their private areas. That could be near their private areas. Like, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't yank up my child. Don't pull my child's clothes. Don't touch my child's hair. I dare a teacher or anybody to cut my child's hair or take her barrettes out of her hair or her bubbles or her braids or her twists. Don't try me, okay? It's common sense. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. You don't know what culture background this child is unless the parent said to you day one verbatim, hey, my name is this. This is my child. This is, our culture. This is our religion. We will not participate in X, Y, and Z. If you are having some type of event or whatever in the class, please let me know so I can excuse my child. There's a state that is forcing students to get sex education on LGBT, like elementary school students. Listen, when I tell you that will be the beginning of me homeschooling my child like you would not believe, don't try me. Things like that should be, hey, just so you're aware, we will be teaching this in this classroom. Here's a permission slip. Are you okay with this, or would you like your child to be excused? You have to allow people to parent their children how they want to parent their children. There's a fine line with you teaching my child ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, history, science, and teaching them about sex and sexual things in the classroom that I have yet to discuss with my child. At least give me a head start. At least tap me on the shoulder and give me notice. And I feel like people always like to say, church and state should not cross, or business is never personal. But certain things, when it comes to people's children, people cross those lines. Okay, those lines are not defined. They're very blurry. And if you're ever blurred on something, please call me first, because I will set you straight. Now, things that I hate when I'm with my children that people do, I hate when people walk up on me when I'm with my kids. As a man or a woman, if I do not know you, do not walk up on me when I'm putting my kids in the car. Do not walk up on me when I'm in a grocery store too close. Do not reach over and admire and touch my children's bodies or their hair. Okay? Just don't do it. Admire from afar. Okay? When you go, to different countries and you see different birds, can you admire that bird without going in the tree, climbing up and touching that bird's feathers? Yeah. Do that with my kids. Okay? Unless I know you, unless we're friends, and unless you've been in my home comfortable and you could go get yourself your own drink out of my refrigerator and grab a cup, don't ever feel like you can put your hands on my children or embrace my children in any sort of way in public. Don't. Okay? Do not. I don't like it. I hate being hit on by men when I'm with my kids. Like, this is not the time or place. I'm not about to have a conversation with you. I'm not about to give you my number when I'm with my children. Sorry. You better hope that the Lord brings us together on a different day, because today is not it. Like, people need to learn to mind their manners and use their common sense when approaching people with children. Now, if I had a baby and that baby was attached onto me and we were having a conversation and that child cannot eavesdrop or repeat anything that is being said, that's different. But if I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, this is not the time. This is not the place. Do not walk up on me. I don't care if it's an emergency. I don't care if you need $1. I don't care if you need something to eat. Do not walk up on me. If I'm at an exit or I'm going into a street and I'm at a red light, do not walk up on my car with my kids in the car. Don't do it. Don't even do it with me. It's just not safe for you. I keep me a Smith & Wesson on my passenger seat. Like, it's not safe for you. Don't do it. Like, people have to understand that it's a different time out here. If I'm outside walking with my children, do not, slowly speed up and drive your car next to me while I'm with my kids. Don't do it. It's just not smart. Don't do it. If my child is outside riding her bike and her bike chain comes off her bike, don't take my child anywhere to fix her bike. Let my child come to me with that bike and that gear chain off. I know how to fix it. I've been 8 and 9 and 10 once. I know how to do it. Thank you, but no thanks. Don't sit my child on your lap. Like, that's inappropriate. Don't do it. Don't touch my child's face. I hate when people choose to smoke near children. I hate when people drive vehicles when they're smoking a cigarette and there's children in the back, as if the wind doesn't blow that back there. Like, come on. If a car is 2 cars up or 2 cars back smoking a cigarette, guess what I'm smelling in my car? I'm smelling cigarette. Like, to smoke a cigarette is the most selfish, disgusting thing I think any human being can do on this earth. Because not only are you making a choice to treat your body like crap, you're forcing everybody to inhale that air because you're making a choice to not love yourself. Why I gotta be involved with what you got going on? Why are you including me in this secondhand smoke? Just because you want your lungs to look like tar doesn't mean I want my lungs to look like tar on my children. My children didn't make a choice to smoke a cigarette. Why do you feel like you should be able to smoke a cigarette near a park, a public park, or where people are eating? It doesn't make any sense. I'm so happy that they got rid of a smoking section and a non-smoking section in restaurants, because that didn't make any sense to me. I'm so glad that there are a lot of corporate businesses and businesses in general, retail too, that are getting rid of, employees smoking outside or smoking around the business. I think it's a huge contradiction when you have doctors and surgeons that smoke cigarettes. Like, what? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Protective mode is always on for me. Protective mode may be somewhat on for other parents, but for me, protective mode is always on. Even when I'm at work, I'm thinking about my kids. Especially when I'm driving to work, I'm thinking about my kids. Because I'm wondering if they're safe right now. I'm wondering if, they're at daycare doing something that a child is supposed to be doing. I'm hoping that their teacher is having a good day and doesn't yank any child or pull any child or push any child or say something to them that they're going to remember in a negative sense. Like, I'm always in protective mode when it comes to my children, and I just need more people. If you have children or if you don't have children, you'll never know what that's like, but I need more people to respect the fact that you don't know what it's like to have a child. You don't know what it's like to carry a child for 9+ months and have to push them out of your body. You don't know what it's like to not get sleep for a whole nother year after that because your child has a horrible sleeping habit. You don't know what it's like to have to breastfeed and stay up and force yourself to eat things that you don't want to eat. You don't know what it's like to pay those bills, to buy those clothes and forget about yourself for a long period of time. You do not know what it's like. So when people are making those types of sacrifices, and then their child is learning to talk, learning to walk, learning to run, learning to ride their bike, being out in public, being in cars with you, planes, trains, don't you ever feel like it's okay for you to make a decision for yourself to do anything to someone else's child. You just don't have that room to. Now, things you should never do with people's children without asking is 1, touching them. Do not touch another person's child. I pray for you, okay? 2, yell at them or cuss at them. Check yourself before I have to come check you, period. 3, do not leave any area with someone else's kid. I don't care if that kid is lost. I don't care if that kid is hurt. I don't care if that kid needs water, juice. I don't care. A blanket. I don't care. Do not leave where you found that child. You call the police. You call someone else. You wait out there for the child and have somebody else meet you with that thing that child needs. You never leave somewhere in public with someone else's child. You just don't do it. It doesn't make any sense. Because if I'm a parent and I know when I last see my child and where I was, I'm going back to the last place. And if my child is not there, you're going to drive me crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Don't do it. 4, do not change anyone's child's appearance. Do not cut their hair. Do not take out their braid. Do not change their shirt. Do not take off anything that's covering their hair. Do not change their clothes. Do not put anything on their body, whether it's permanent or can wash off. Don't do it. Do not take them to the bathroom unless you were told you can take my child to the bathroom. Don't do it, okay? 5, do not feed other people's children. You do not know what their medical needs are. You do not know what they're allowed to eat. You do not know what their religious views are. You do not know what their heritage is. You do not know culturally what they believe in and what they do not eat. For whatever reason, they made that choice. They made that child. You do not make that for them. Do not feed other people's children without asking. Even as a parent, before I was a parent, I would always ask, hey, I have lollipops. Is it okay that I give your child this lollipop? And if it is okay, personally, I would rather give that lollipop to that parent so they can give it to their child. Direct contact with other people's children when you don't know them and they do not know you is not smart. Old people, young people, people with other children, stop allowing your babies or your children to touch other people's babies. Stop kissing other people's babies on their hands or their face. Because if you kiss people's babies or touch their hands and your hands are not clean, that baby's going to put their hand in their mouth. And whatever sickness or whatever germs you got going on is going to affect that baby. Why? Because that baby's immune system is brand new, okay? It's a Bentley out here, okay? It's very sensitive, okay? You can't be disturbing that baby's brand new divine aura with your germs, okay? Do not kiss babies in the face. Do not touch babies in the face. Keep your child back if you know your child is sick. Keep your child back if you know your child is antsy and wants to touch all over a new baby. Just, keep your distance and be cool and be smart. All right? Those kind of like a 5 and 6, but we're going to keep that at 5. Number 6, do not treat other people's children medically without you knowing, hey, this is what I need to do. Okay? Get all the information you need to get from the parent. Okay? Parents out there, you need to know your child's blood type. That is something you need to know. Figure it out, write it down, put it on a card, put it in your wallet, and put it in your car. You need to have Identikid. I used to have a card. I don't know where it's at now, but I used to have a card, Identikid. From 6th grade, I remember that day like it was yesterday when I went to the library to get the picture done for that ID. If your child is lost, you need to have a most recent picture of your child in your car or in your wallet. Don't go searching for pictures if you don't have a recent picture. And you need to know what your child was last wearing every time your child gets dressed. If you see children with bright coats, crazy color pants, squeaky shoes, that's because they want to be able to identify their children when they're at a park, when they're in a store, wherever they're at. It is so frustrating to take your child to a park where there's 40 other children with a similar color coat on. It will drive you crazy, okay? One look down for 2 minutes, your child is gone. So just be mindful of that. 7, you should never leave town with anyone's kids without letting both parents know, or a parent know, or someone that's with a parent know, and get that permission. Okay? And if that parent does not feed that child fast food, if that parent does not feed that child candy, soda, whatever. You should not be feeding that child that. And most of the time when I take my children places or leave them places, I leave them with food. So don't even worry about what you gonna feed my child when you out and about. I already gave you the money. I already told you where you could go. And I already supplied you with the food and the snacks. You good. I'll be back. That's just common sense. If you're going out of the country, tell the other parent. Right now, if I was going out of the country, I could only let one parent know that I was going out of the country. Would he stop me if I was going out of the country with the kid? No. But the other one, legally, I cannot communicate. So, unfortunately, he wouldn't know. If I was going out of town, I'm definitely going to tell, their dad that I'm going out of town. It's just common courtesy from parent to parent. Now, if you're not a parent, don't be taking my child across no bridge. Don't be taking my child on no plane. Don't be taking my child on no train. I don't care if you got a private jet. You let me know first. Let me give you the okay. Number 8. Do not take pictures or video of anyone's children without them saying it's okay. I don't care if it's a group photo. Don't post it. Get okay from every parent of a child that's in that picture or video. Just be mindful, because you don't know who that parent is hiding from or protecting their child from or protecting themselves. You don't know if that child is supposed to be seen. You don't know who that child is. You don't know all the moms and dads of that child that you're taking a picture of. Just don't. Respect the parent mode, okay? If you respect the parent mode, parents will respect you. Period. There's a good and there's a bad way of dealing with people's children out here, and I just need for a lot more people to respect it. Let me add, number 9. You old ladies that's in church, I understand that you're elderly. I understand that you're older, and I understand I'm a young mom. But don't ever feel like just because I'm in church or some type of religious vicinity that you can walk off with my child. I don't know you. I know we are in a common place between us and whatever Lord we are serving today on this glorious Sunday or Saturday. But you're not taking my child anywhere. Do not kiss my child in the face. Do not touch my child in the face. And do not escort my child to no room, no bathroom, no nothing. They staying right here. Blessings to you. Good day. People be crossing boundaries when it comes to your children that I wish they were more mindful of that they shouldn't cross. Don't even give a child Benadryl, Robitussin, ZQuil, NyQuil, anything, a vitamin, a Flintstone. Do not give a child anything edible without getting that child's parents say so. Just don't do it. Stay alive, stay safe, stay sane, and just use your common sense. That is all I am asking from a parent to another parent, from a parent to a teacher, from a parent to a principal, from a parent to a police officer, from a parent to a judge, from a parent to a surgeon, from a parent to a pastor. I don't care who you are, where you came from, or who your mama is, or who your daddy is. Please, I beg of you, don't ever cross the line when it comes to other people's children and their parenting. Just be respectable, be mindful, and use your common sense. And we could all live easy out here. That is all. My name is Shan. Speaking on the behalf of moms, okay? Real moms, true moms, 24/7 moms, sometimes maybe 25/8 moms. If there was an extra hour in a day, I'd be that, okay? Please, just respect other people's parent mode, okay? It matters, it's important, and we appreciate it. Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast. Catch you next time. It is almost Friday. I swear to you guys, I feel like January is 78 days long. Oh, man. It's just the beginning of the year. It's just the beginning. But we gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. All right, I'm out. It is okay. You have a question. Cool. Mommy Shan can help you out with that. Welcome to Mommy Shan segment. I got you. What's the question for today? All right, so my Mama Shan tip is coming from my morning I had yesterday. Woke up, went into the girls' room. Ugh. It smelled like sour vomit, and I just knew one of them vomited in the bed. So I moved the blankets, looked and I looked, and the smell just kept getting stronger. I didn't see any vomit. The bed wasn't wet. The miles wasn't dirty, so I'm just like, okay, what is that? So I sniffed down Aria, and I got to her booty. Whew. Aria had vomit butt smelling poo on her, okay? So I just knew that was going to be a tackle I had to do at the last minute. So I got myself ready. I got Anya ready. I put all the bags by the door. And I said, all right, Ari, got to get up, put you as close to the bathroom as I can. Just stand up. Zip down her onesie. And I took off the top of the onesie. By the time I got to the middle of her back, I was met by crusty poo, okay? Soft poo. Softer poo. And the more I got into her pull-up, it was a poo explosion. Extravaganza, okay? Mind you, this is 7:09 a.m. Anya's supposed to be at school by 7:20 so she can have breakfast and go to class. We're not going to make it. I already know we're going to be late because I have to bathe her, wash her down, lotion her up, powder her up, get her dressed. Listen, when in doubt, when it smells really stinky, just take them into the tub, strip them, or take them close by the tub. Get you a trash bag near and just start wiping it down and try to hold it in. And I had to spray out my house. I had to Lysol. I had to change sheets. I had to change blankets. I had to spray. I had to wipe. I had to clean. I had to make sure when I came home, I wasn't going to smell it. So when in doubt, just get closer by the bathroom, get you a trash bag, and let the parenting fun begin. That is my tip. Bye. Bye.
Bye.